giant Allianz complaining about this man.
Have a seat.
His name is Robert Bradford. Records show there are more than a dozen lawsuits pending against Bradford, all accusing him of misleading people when he sells so-called equity-indexed annuities, a type of investment that locks up most of your money for years. Bradford denies misleading people, but we wondered, what would he tell one of our senior volunteers?
The new kid on the block, we call it, is what's called indexed annuities.
Bob Bradford thinks he's alone, but Dateline's hidden cameras are capturing his every word. Bradford warns you shouldn't put money in if you plan to take it out early. But remember, the key question is, will he be honest about the size of those surrender penalties if you do need the money?
What happens if during the course of this thing I need to take out $50,000 then?
Okay. All right.
I mean, how does that
would
work?
dip into it, and you can do that. It's just like CDs. They would have penalty for early withdrawal on anything over that 10% amount.
Bradford makes the penalty sound small, like a certificate of deposit at a bank. Minnesota Attorney General Lori Swanson says that's clearly deceptive.
It's absolutely not a fair comparison. They're like night and day.
If I cash in a CD early, basically I lose some interest. What happens if I try to cash in early on an equity indexed annuity?
You lose your principal. You lose your original money.
Here's an example. If you withdraw a $100,000 CD early, you lose interest but get all of your $100,000 back. If you withdraw a $100,000 annuity with a 10% surrender penalty, you'd get only $90,000 back and you'd lose the interest.
And that shows on there.
But we're about to discover that's not the only thing Bob Bradford is deceptive about. Remember, he could make thousands of dollars in commissions on a sale. So he reaches into his bag of tricks and shows our senior volunteer a magazine where he's featured on the cover along with the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Something here. You remember who Bernanke is? Ben Bernanke. He's
on the television.
Yeah. That's me right there.
Bob Bradford makes it sound like it's a big honor, something that made his mother proud.
So my mother was, that's the first time I'd ever been on the cover of the Rolling Stone, so to speak.
But wait a minute, haven't we seen that same magazine before?
Some of you may have seen Financial Playbook magazine.
With a different agent on the cover.
Federal Reserve Chairman on the cover, also cover stories and interview with Randy.
How could two different agents be featured on the cover of the same magazine? Dateline discovered if you're an insurance agent, it's easy. All you have to do is go online to a special website, pay Financial Playbook several $1,000s, pick a ghostwritten article, I chose number 42 about annuities, and send in a picture. I used an old one of myself. And before long, there I am on the cover of the new issue as a senior advisor. We showed what we discovered to Minnesota Attorney General Swanson.
Boy, this is part of the marketing ploy. Build trust, show you're reputable.
Then we found that for $1,500, we could get the magazine with my picture on the cover.
That's terrible. And you've captured it right on tape. Absolutely what we're hearing in all of these cases and investigations that we're bringing, that these agents are not telling the truth.
You know, I know it's been a while since.
When Bob Bradford returns to talk to Leon and try to close the sale, I decide to step in.
That's annual income withdrawal.
Oh, hey, Leon. I haven't told Bradford I'm a reporter yet, but he may be on to us because suddenly I'm getting answers our senior volunteer never heard. Remember how he made those surrender penalties sound small, like CDs? Not anymore. But let's say he had to get at some of this cash.
Yeah.
What would the penalty be?
In the first year, it starts out at 16%.
A 16% penalty? Our volunteer never heard that number during the sales pitch. And remember that fake magazine Bob Bradford used to impress Leon? It's time to show him what we found. I found that magazine, the very same magazine with a different agent's face on it.
Yeah.
At first, Bob Bradford acts like there's nothing wrong. Now, the reality is this, Bob. I looked around and I checked. And I contacted this outfit, and for $1,500, They put me on the cover.
All right.
What did you